Hey, welcome back. This is Lone Wolf, and we are playing Vintage Story on a world I created with version 121.0, and uh, my first thing that I want to do is go get more iron. I would like to make some better armor because I want to go in the caves and face the baddies and get some temporal gears so that I can replace or repair some translocators so that I don't have to walk the whole face of the earth to get to where I can find some bauxite. Anyways, that's my goal. Um, Come along for the journey, won't you? All right, we're back at our mine. We do have some iron ingots back at home, but not enough to make the iron, not enough to make the armor that I'm after. This looks like the place. Oh, it's not though. I got fooled. This one, the one that's all kinds of torn up. Light doesn't do all that much. Okay, let's get the correct pick out and start mining up some iron. Yay! I'm not being as conservative with the tools this time. I've got plenty of tin bronze pickaxes made, and I think I have 4 iron pickaxes made as well, so we're just gonna use the better axes. So I guess my goal would be to, I don't know, collect maybe 4 stacks, and then we'll head back and do some processing. So unless something else happens while I'm down here, I'll see you back at base. Okay, well, so here's the deal. I've mined up all the visible ore, but typically, and I don't remember what the reading here is, but the ore deposits tend to follow the contour of the surface, and so while I don't see any more iron, I suspect that there's plenty of it here. And so we're going to get out the prospecting pick. Yeah, okay. So we can see that it has gone up. This is the level it was on already, but it has increased as well. So even though you have found what you're looking for, that prospecting pick is still important. Oh, wrong pickaxe. And so it says there's large amounts. The question is, where is it? So even though you know there's a deposit somewhere, bring your pro pick, because the last thing you want to do is leave a large deposit of what you came for sitting where you've been mining it, and then you being disappointed because it ran out. Bring that prospecting pick. So this is fitting what my suspicion was, that it had a change in elevation, which it has. It's gone up. Doesn't make me a genius, just makes me someone who's played this game long enough to know this is kind of how it goes. So my sanity has gone way down, but I haven't met my goal of 4 stacks yet. I've had to kill some mobs, and they were gracious enough to give me some flax. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I need to go up, and it's going to take a while for this to recover. I've just mentioned this mod. This is showing me the temporal stability is right where I'm standing. Which in this case is 0 or 1. I don't want you, and I don't want you. All right, let's get out of here. Come back to dig some more. So now we are just at the surface. We were down there and the temporal stability was, 0 or a little bit better. This will stop showing once we hit 150. So this is from the status HUD mod continued, and you notice that it has now disappeared. So we are at a good situation to recover our stability. Anyways, I've got to get that back, and then we will continue mining. All right, temporal stability recovered. While I was out recovering, I just came out here and did another ProPick search. Still seeing magnetite. The whole area just seems to be covered with magnetite, but is it really there? Has signs of magnetite, I guess that's what I should say. Let's see what we can get out of here. So we're close to having our 4 stacks. Very close, very close. This be it. Uh-huh. I would like a method to delve in story to not pick up those bones. Those arrows. Not interested in them. Because they're kind of useless. Alright, getting back to it. We're almost done down here for now. And 4 stacks is just a random choice on my part. I don't have any specific reason other than if you're going to go all this way, get enough to make it worth your while. And 4 stacks is definitely worth my while. Okay, just before we go, I want to know how much more Pro Pick says. Okay, so back over here we were looking and it only said large, and now we're back to very large. So yes, we are far, 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 far from done with this mine, which is what I would have expected. And that's good. So we're going to head back home, and I'll meet you up there. Or meet up with you there. Meet you up? I don't know. I'll meet you there. Yay, home. Let's get the inventory taken care of. If the arrows from the Boltorns were actually worth something, they'd be great to have. And what keeps them from being worth anything? Well, 30% chance to break upon a successful hit. That's hardly worth getting excited about. So I'd just as soon have them go away. Oh, come on, Wolf. You can be more decisive than that. All right, let's break this up. Because I want to use it. I tried using the hammer to break up a lime source like we used to be able to do, and the hammer didn't work. So I don't know if that's a 121 change. No idea. All I know is it was sad because then you pretty much have to use the quern. All right, let's start with making bloomeries. Looks like we're gonna pick up those arrows. I didn't exactly throw them away very well. So bloomery bases, now bloomery chimneys, along with stupid arrows. I guess I have not actually tried using them, so I guess I'm kind of calling them crap without actually having even tried them. Time for our iron nuggets. Control and Shift puts them in 5 at a time. So for 8 bloomeries, it takes 7.5 stacks of nuggets. I wonder if I have enough charcoal to burn this. It's been a long time since I made the charcoal. Alright. 8 times 6 is more than 23. I could use black coal too, but no. Alright, so I need to make some charcoal. I'll bring you back after that long process is done. And if you don't recall, this ugly thing I've got sitting here is my actual charcoal pit. Alright, so we filled this little 2 by 2 by 2 charcoal pit up with logs. Now we put our grass down for firewood. We light it, and then we have to cover that up and seal it. Now we have a charcoal pit that is burning, and that's going to take quite a while. So in the meantime, I'm going to do some chores around the place, and we'll come back. We're still waiting for the charcoal to finish being made. I thought I'd show you one of the projects I'm doing. So here's my base, and I've built this flat area here because I like doing I don't know, I use tree farms, and typically I have them more densely packed than this. I've got on the Ara Fury Crystal Seas world where I've got a fair few tree farms set up, and on the oaks I found that you can't just plant them right next to each other because you will not get enough seeds in return to be able to replant your 64 trees. But I do have them only 2 apart, and that has returned me sufficient seeds. But here I'd like to have a high gain of seeds, so I've got them a little bit further apart. I'm hoping that's going to give me more seeds than it would otherwise, because the seeds come from the branches, and when they're right close to each other, you don't have as many branches. We'll see how this works in practice. That's the theory anyways. But I need to do much more of this. I need to set up for pine tree farm. That seems to be one of the best farms for helping you do things like make lots of charcoal, etc. I want to make a place for birch, and if I ever bother to get enough seeds for bald cypress, I'd get some of those. I love larch, but the 2 I primarily do are the oak and the pine. And the oak is prioritized here because gotta have oak or acacia to make leather processing with. So this is one of the things that I've been working on. The charcoal's still burning. I suppose additionally I should kind of catch you up on what I've got going here in storage. So this is called a better crate. You need to make a crate, and then you have to have some boards and a piece of linen, and then you can make a better crate. And depending upon what you have in it, does change the quantity that can be in it. And you see that these look different. You'll see it says better crate copper, so you can make an upgrade item for the better crates, and you can upgrade copper, bronze, iron, and steel. And every time you do that, it doubles the capacity. So if we look up at the block information above, it says we have 4007 out of 4,096 medium fertility soil in this crate. So its max capacity in the bronze state or copper state is 4,096. And here we have just the basic, which is 2048. And so 4096 is double 2048. But just again, depending upon what you have stored in there, that quantity can change. And so instead of having more bidder crates to hold my items in, I can upgrade the crates and store more in so that can all be in one container, just like the andesite, you know. And here I've got the red clay and I've upgraded it twice. So this one's copper and this one is bronze. So instead of 4096, this will hold 8192. So otherwise I'd be using 3 bidder crates to hold all that. So it's really nice that you can upgrade those. I cannot more highly recommend the bidder crates mod. It is your friend. So the armor that I'm going to make is going to be iron chain to begin with. And so that takes lots of iron, but it also requires body jerkin, which requires leather. So we've got 16 completed right there. Oh, look, we've got 16 more and 24 more. So I probably have what I need to make the body jerkin, at least, to begin with. So that's the one that gives you the body armor. Where's jerkin? Leather body jerkin. Leather leg jerkin. Okay. And now we need the helm. I don't want a leather helmet. I need the... Do I need jerkin for the head? Okay. Chain head armor requires no leather. Okay. So we've got the body leather jerkin here. And for the legs, we've got what we need there. So now we just need a bunch of iron chain. Whew. I'm glad I had the leather ready to go. This is not how I will eventually be doing. I do not throw away the leather making liquids, but right now I do, because I'm not fully set up for processing leather. I've got what I need to do it completely. I don't have enough oak to start both of those. So I need at least one more oak. So this is going to be another 2 minutes. Let's see if we can find... Let's see if we can find one more oak log. Go out here and see if we can find some shrub oak. Let's go this way. I've done a lot over to the south already. Not sure what is left there. I've done quite a bit over here too, but I suspect I still have more. Off the process here, and I only need one log. so that I can get both of those going. I will need 10 more logs to get that to the proper strong tannin, but it starts out as weak, and then you do the process again, and you turn the weak into strong. You can see why I'm growing the oak right now. I don't really have a forest like, you know, super close by. Most of what I've cleared out has just been, you know, these scrubby trees. Because in my mind, all they do are obstacles in my way. When I want to travel through here, I've got to try to find a path to get through here. So I've been slowly clearing this out. It makes travel through here oh so much nicer. Alright, we're picking up some oak logs here. It's not like we're cutting trees down, we're just cutting scrub oak. Oh, well, that's convenient. Oh, I thought it was buried in the ground. That happens too. So the tooltip says that the oak trees that I have planted will be ready to be full trees in just a couple days, so but I've got time to process while waiting for the charcoal to finish, so this is a good thing for me to be doing. So to summarize, I see most of what I'm taking down as being obstacles. They're certainly obstructors of vision. So for me, there's multiple reasons to take this stuff down. And one of the great reasons right now is that they're a resource. They're not a huge resource. That is to say, you know, we're not getting a lot out of it, but we're getting plenty of sticks because we've done this. That's why we are so good on sticks, is because I've taken lots of this stuff down. Which is why I'm bothering to take all the leaves down first, because I get sticks, but as you can see, I'm also getting seeds, which is very important. Alright, well, that is more than sufficient for what we need right now. We'll get that other one started on weak tannin, and we'll have one extra well, let's just get over here. My brain is not a steel vault by any means. Alright, so we're taking the water and we're turning it into weak tannin. So we already have the weak tannin ready for what comes out of the lime water, and we're doing this first step in getting the strong tannin made. Okay. Woohoo, we're done. We're done cooking charcoal. This is, you can have a smaller charcoal pit, but not much smaller than this. And right now, since I don't have a huge store of logs to be turning into charcoal. This is perfect for where I'm at right now. This is more than enough to take care of what I'm doing here. Oh, good thing I still have some over here. All right, now we have all the charcoal in there we need. And let's get a torch. Let's light these up. So we're going to end the episode here. I want to thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. I hope you have been entertained. I've certainly had a good time playing. I'm not sure you're lit. Nope. One of the things I've learned to do over time is after I've lit all these, I do go back and I look very specifically to make sure that I have it completely filled with what it is I'm cooking and that I have all the fuel that I need to get it done. So I'm looking up at the block info where it says 6 charcoal, 120, and there's smoke coming out the top. That's how you know that it's lit. And with the extra info mod, it also tells me how long it's going to take. All right, so again, thank you for choosing to be with me. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Click on that like button if you wouldn't mind, and always love to hear from you, so comments always welcome. Thank you so much, but most importantly, come watch my next video, won't you? Thank you. Goodbye.